iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen. It always helps when we remember to turn the microphones on. What do you say? It is Monday night, and we are back here with more racing action here for the RB Custom Rigs Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. Tonight, we are racing in Kentucky. It is round number 4. Over 30 drivers have logged here into the server tonight. So it is going to be a jammed, action-packed race tonight. These boys, they have the old Xfinity cars out. So it's not the Cup car, it's not the Gander Outdoor truck, and it's not the 1987 throwback machines. It is the up-to-date Xfinity Series, the Toyota. The Ford and the Chevrolet will do battle here tonight. Currently, these drivers are in a 10-minute qualifying session. As you see, the track is empty here in Kentucky. This track is a 1.5-mile track. It opened back in July of, I was going to say 2000. And it actually is correct. If you look at the date, the first time that one of these events were hosted here at the Kentucky Speedway, it was back at 2000. 1998 is when they broke ground here on this historic speedway, and it has put some great racing action on every time we come here. There's enough room here in Kentucky to go 3-wide racing. Will we see that tonight? These drivers are well capable with their skill set to go 3-wide racing, so we can't wait to see the green flag drop. We got the Green Turn 3 Racing Network shirt on tonight, and we are ready to bring you green flag racing action with the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. This is round number 4 of the season. We've had 3 different winners so far this season. We have had James Heater, James Skellin, and DJ Anderson, who will be the next one to put themselves on the map and lock themselves in to a championship run. Right now, qualifying is over, race fans. Let's head on down trackside to get our Green Forest Resupply starting lineup. And this is how your starting lineup will look here tonight, as qualifying is in the books. Starting lineup brought to us by the Green Forest Resupply. Get your shrubs, your trees, all your bushes and needs from the Green Forest Resupply today. Starting on B number 1 here tonight, it'll be the driver out of South Carolina, driving the number 86 of James Skelton. Starting outside him, another one of those drivers that have a win this season, it'll be the number 18, Low Line Racing of James Heater. Starting in P number 3, driving the Metalhead Motorsports, number 31, Cobra Jet Ford, it'll be Michael Trevarthen. Starting in P number 4 here, driving the number 42, this is going to be Max Ariel. Starting in the 5th position, having his best qualifying attempt of the season, it's the Rookie Candidate of the Year, the number 909 of Thomas Talon. Starting in the 6th position, driving the Rev Esports, number 11 of Sean Single, back here in action after 2 back-to-back wins on Thursday night. DJ Anderson, driving the number 51 out of Virginia, will roll off into the 7th position. The Eco Hawk Motorsports, number 62 of Ethan Troutman, will go 8th. 9th will go to the brand new skinned number 64 of Jason Wells. Tony Strano out of the Strano Brothers Racing Stables, the number 3, will roll off in the 10th position. Starting in 11th here tonight, driving the number 33, Dirty Mo Radio sponsored entry of Eric Johnson. 12th will go to the 24 of Zach Mitchell. 13th tonight to the man north of the border, the Rev Esports driver, the 907 of Tim Williams. Driver out of South Carolina, driving the Adventure in Pixels 01 of Richard Murph, will roll off 14th quickest tonight. Starting in the 15th position, it's the Strano Brothers Green Forest Resupply, number 43 of Joe Strano. Starting 16th out of Norman, Oklahoma, driving the 919, it is going to be Travis Minto. Starting in 17th, the 906 of Chris Hammett. Christopher Rothrock in the 84 will roll off 18th. 19th tonight goes to the number 17 of Tim Combs. And 20th to the boss man of Rob Higgins. Starting in the 21st, it'll be the 938 of Brandon Feeney. Starting in the 22nd position is going to be Ryan O'Donnell. 23rd here tonight will be Mark Jenkins in the 999. Starting right outside him will be Rob Jenkins in the 989. Then it'll be Souza back there in 25th. Don Coleman making his resurgence here into the series. He'll roll off 26th. 27th for the Need for Speed Motorsports, DraftTop.com, number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Dustin Gainey will roll his number 15 off here tonight in the 28th position. 29th to Bruce Potter. Kevin O'Brien from Australia will roll off 30th. And 31st, it's the Checker Flag Auto Supply, number 941 of Bob Higgins. That is your 31-car starting lineup brought to us by the Green Forest Resupply. So all 31 drivers are on the Speedway here tonight. Race fans, we welcome you in. We hope you had a good Monday here as the week is about to start with Red Light Racing. All the cars are coming down, waiting on the green flag here tonight. Green flag is out, and we are racing here at Kentucky. 90 laps going to be the distance for these drivers. 31 cars will storm off into turn number 1. All following, it's the James and James show at the front of the field here. 2 Toyotas pace the field into turn number 1. Turn 1 looks good for everybody. A lot of drivers going to single file out already, but not James Heater and not James Skelton. Skelton to the bottom with the Flowertown Animal Hospital Toyota. He'll drive it straight to the bottom. But the Z-Line Toyota, the number 18 for Heater, will battle back to the outside as they exit turn 4. The drag race to the start-finish line. Lap number 1, just like that, will go into the books. It will be James Skelton leading lap number 1. DJ Anderson, he won Well, it was the season opener back at the Michigan International Speedway to lock himself into the championship hunt. Right now having a little bit of blinking connection issues. He's going to go to the bottom side of the Speedway. That is Jason Wells. We talked about him having brand new colors. It's the Maker Mark Coke Machine Chevrolet here for Jason Wells here, the number 64. You see him working to the outside of the Speedway. There you see his body armor though, number 62. I'm Ethan Troutman. He is right there in the picture, and I'm looking at a car a little bit farther back here into the field. It's the number 24 of Zach Mitchell, the Rich DPC out of Farmington, Minnesota driver. I see some damage on the right front of this DuPont Chevrolet. Looks like he's been into the outside wall out of turn number 2. Got a little tight, and now one of those drivers really smoked the outside wall. I'm not sure, that might have been the 62 of Troutman. We're looking to see if we can get clarification on that one, but it is still James Skelton out front as you verify on the left-hand side of your screen the timing and scoring ticker. Any driver you see here tonight highlighted in green, there are 3 of them, Skelton, Heater, and Anderson. That means they have locked themselves in to a championship berth, and they will go playoff racing. Talk about one of the hottest shoes. We talked about it on Thursday night, and he's still got the golden horseshoe stuck somewhere. Sean Single, coming off back-to-back wins in the SK Modified Series, currently has his machine into the 5th position, battling to stay inside that top 5 because that is Thomas Talent, one of those rookies. He started in the 5th position. Sean Single right now has taken it away. So a good run here so far for Thomas Talent here in the first 5 laps, being able to hold strong, as it looks like the 51 of DJ Anderson playing off his Wi-Fi connection here tonight on the iRacing.com server, blinking in and out of your connection feed here. On board here with James Skelton, as you see the low line racing. Z-Line Toyota right all over him. That is the James and James show out front. Max Terrell has fallen back just a little bit, about called almost a second back off your front leaders. As they come by here, 5 laps, going to already be in the books here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. Blistering pace being set by all these drivers. A little bit deeper into the field, you see everybody pretty much single file, except for that number 24 of Zach Mitchell. Zach Mitchell has fallen through the field, and no, race fans, you see the smoke. That is not an accident on the Speedway. There is no crashed vehicle. That's the blinking connection, and I'll explain that a little bit more. You see that blinking car just outside the left side of your screen. That is the 51 of DJ Anderson. Sometimes all these, I shouldn't say sometimes, I say every time you see one of these drivers on the Speedway, they are at home in the comfort of their house, whether it's in their office, their bedrooms, or living rooms, kitchens, or in their basements, or just in the man cave in general. But right now, DJ Anderson is connected from his home PC to the server, which is located in Boston, Massachusetts. So right now, that connection is not the strongest connection that he has. That's why you notice that he is blinking in and out. They call that, well, blinking, having a connection issue to the iRacing server. We'll see if that does clear up. Sometimes that will clear up as we go on. As right behind them, there is a battle, though. It is the 907, the Canadian driver, Tim Williams. He is right there, one of the oldest drivers in the Speedway tonight, one of the oldest drivers in the league. Still very competitive. So it shows you here on iRacing that age is nothing but a number. So right now, Tim Williams has moved himself up into the 12th position, gaining 1 position so far here tonight. Thomas Talent still battling with this V-powered Ford Mustang here of Sean Single. They can't decide who wants to have it. Jason Wells is just sitting there lurking in the background. And look at Tony Strano. He is also right there, right on board here with Tony Strano, watching these two kind of duke it out in the 64. Wells trying to find a spot to go around them. You also notice that the top 4 have pretty much checked out. Michael Trevarthen, Max Terrell, James Skelton, and James Heater all have pretty much checked out at this point over this group. Now it looks like the 909 of Thomas Talent has been able to work his way around. And now it will put Mr. Jason Wells right alongside the young man of Sean Single. Sean Single, one of those drivers that still is, call it in college. Mom and dad always tuning in to watch him. The hometown for him is Ayer, Massachusetts. One of our sponsors also coming out of the Ayer, Massachusetts area, and that is, well, it's not on the car here tonight, but it is the 941 of Bob Higgins, the owner-operator of Checker Flag Auto Supply, being a big contributor and supporter here for the Scrambler Series and the SK Modified division also. So we thank Bob and everybody from the Checker Flag Auto Supply. Everybody pretty much single-filed out here, just trying to log some laps. One driver into the outside wall there, I believe that was going to be the 17 of Tim Combs. Combs having a brand new paint job here tonight. We only see him driving a Mountain Dew sponsored machine tonight. He's going to switch it up and go with the M&Ms. He's hoping that the rainbow colors on the side of this car, we'll call them the rainbow M&Ms, bring him a little bit of luck tonight. Strano currently sitting in that 8th position. We checked up on him just a minute ago, and now Troutman looking to go to the outside here of the Baja Mountain Blast, number 51 of DJ Anderson, as it's going to be really hard. It looks like Tim Williams is right there, and it almost looks like on our picture that he was actually driving through that blinking machine, and that can cause a problem if these drivers don't know where DJ Anderson is on the speedway. Or maybe going for the same real estate and not even know it. You can tell, though, that Tim Williams has been into the outside wall with his Air Canada machine. Brand new paint job also for Tim Williams here tonight. Some good-looking hot rods. Out front here, though, you can tell that James Heater has fallen off the pace a little bit from James Skelton. Here on lap number 13, Skelton sitting a blistering pace. You know, it's really strange. This driver out of South Carolina always talks about going out on his boat and doing this and doing that and going fishing, which, you know, makes all of us a little bit jealous. We all wish we could hop on a boat sometimes. I think he just told me the other week that he just bought a brand new boat and he spends more time on the boat than he does on the iRacing.com platform. But it makes you wonder, how good is he? If he spends more time on the boat than on iRacing, geez, what would that tell you if he actually spent more time on iRacing than on the boat? But then again, it's always great to step outside the house and do activities out in nature. And fishing is one of those activities that everybody loves to do. Just unfortunately, I cast from, well, the shoreline. Right now, James Heater, or Skelton, has casted away from James Heater, who's back here running in the 2nd position. He's got Max Terriel all over the back bumper, it looks like, with Metalhead Racing number 31. And Michael Trevarthen has started to fade here also with his Cobra Jet. Not looking so fast in that Mustang right now. Here's a little bit of a battle. It's the Winn-Dixie 906 of Chris Hammett. Battling inside the top 15. That's Joe Strano that he just got around. Now he'll go after the 01 Adventure in Pixels of Richard Murdoch. Murdoch also one of those South Carolina drivers in the field here tonight. Drivers scattered from all over the globe. We have an Australian driver here tonight. We have a handful of drivers out of Canada, and drivers scattered all through the Americas. One of those drivers out of Canada right here, the Liquid Molly entry. It looks like Brandon Feeney has been into the outside wall with the right rear. He is tonight sponsored. I believe tonight he picked up a brand new sponsorship. I believe it was from Granny Hips, Buckley, and the Walker Service. Contact Buckley today and get your Walker tonight. Back in this battle, though, here for that 10th position. Murdoch's going to take it away from Ethan Troutman, so that'll bump Troutman down 3 positions since the start of the green flag. Here comes the Dirty Mo radio of Eric Johnson. Johnson has had a little bit of a down year so far here. He has switched his car to driving the orange Dirty Mo radio number 33. This week, he has switched it back to the old gray color that it was and seeing if it would bring him a little more luck back to what he has been accustomed to. He's never going to be the fastest driver, he tells you, but he will be the driver that will chip away and be there at the end of all these events, knocking on the back door that if you would make the mistake, he will slip on through to park himself in victory lane. Right now, Eric Johnson holding down the 11th position with Troutman just behind him. Look at one of those drivers up the track. That's the 3 of Tony Strano. Remember, he was all the way up inside the top 10 at one point, battling to go almost into the top 5, and now he's back here battling with Joe Strano, his brother in the Green Forest Resupply. So it's the battle of the Strano brothers back here in the 16th and 17th position. We were just talking with the Stranos before we came live onto the air here tonight, and Tony Strano told us that, well, he may have a better computer than Joe, but then again, Joe has a little bit more in his savings account, so, I mean, race fans, I'll let you decide what that really means out there. I'm still trying to decipher the true meaning of, well, who has better what. Right now, though, Tony Strano has the better of the 2 brothers. Victory Junction, number 3 to the outside. Green Forest Resupply, 43 down to the inside. I believe one driver has come to pit road here. It's the 24 of Zach Mitchell. He is down pit road. I don't think this is a scheduled stop as of right now. We'll wait to see if any of the other drivers do elect to come to pit road here in the next couple of laps, and that will tell us if that was a scheduled stop or not. Max Terriel has worked his way around James Heater. There you see Max now running P2, bumping James back to third. Sean Single still sitting back here running fifth. Thomas Talent dropped the spot to Single. Now Talent runs P6. Here's a driver we haven't seen in a couple weeks on the iRacing platform. Been working on his late model. Here is Don Coleman in the Swagger in number 97. Good to see him back out onto the Speedway with the Red Light Racing organization. Right now, Don Coleman is buried into the field, back into the 26th position. That is actually where he started tonight off. Bruce Potter, the Irwin, number 59. He's back here. He's moved up 4 positions on the move tonight. Here's one of those drivers with a brand new paint. It's the Turbo Dork Paints, number 98, Ryan O'Donnell. He got a pretty quick hot rod in the practice session. So far, it looks like he has not been able to move through the field at all. Started back in the 22nd position, now currently running 21st according to the timing and scoring tonight. So Ryan O'Donnell has a lot of ground to make up, and I am noticing some paint marks on the Turbo Dork machine. The right-hand side of that car has been up into the outside wall. Thomas Talent battling with the maker's Mark Koch entry of Jason Wells. Wells now working to the outside. Wells, one of those drivers who has had the same paint job for as long as I can remember, race fans. And if you're a Red Light Scrambler Series follower, you know that Jason Wells always runs the green Alienware number 64. Well, tonight he shows up at the track with a brand new skin on the 64. Its maker's mark on the hood and Coca-Cola on the side. I'm going to guess that is his favorite drink of choice. But then again, race fans, we always drink responsibly. Pit stops may be happening here as Brandon Feeney is going to bring down that Liquid Molly K1 Graphics Granny Hips Buckley entry tonight. And oh, did he just miss his pit stall, or was that the wrong pit stall? Wrong pit stall. He was looking for the 938 and almost missed that one there. You do see him come to a complete stop, so he will be the first one off the lead lap to come to pit road. Remember, Zach Mitchell did come to pit road, but he was falling through the field like a rock in water. Looks like Bob Higgins, also in the Checker Flag Auto Supply, is down on pit road to get 4 tires and fuel here on lap number 25. So it looks like they are going for the 4-stop technique here tonight. Those drivers that all pitted before lap 25 will have to at least pit 3 more times on top of that. Right now, it is all James Skelton leading the way. He will not come to pit road. Will any of these drivers a little bit deeper into the field come to pit road? Your top 10 will all stay out here. Chris Hammett still working on that top 10 with his Winn-Dixie. It is a beautiful throwback machine. If I remember correctly through the NASCAR history, Winn-Dixie was on the number 60 of Mark Martin. And if you follow Chris Hammett, you know he runs the number 60 on Thursday night with the SK Modified division. Here in the Scrambler Series, he does run the 906. So Chris Hammett still throwing and giving tribute back to, I'm going to guess, what is his favorite driver? And we're kind of the same number there as it is the 06. It should be the 60 if you're a Mark Martin follower. I believe I have that in a die-cast laying around here in the old Turn 3 studio somewhere in a box. We have die-cast galore. Rob Jenkins has come to pit road, it looks like, in the 989 GripTV.com entry. So he'll come to a complete stop as it'll be 4 tires and fuel for him. He was worked his way up inside the top 20 here after starting back into the 24th position. James Skelton will come back around here and complete lap number 27, though he has not come to pit road. And he has opened up about, well, I'll call a 1.2 second gap over Max Terriel. James Skelton setting that pace tonight that everybody is hot to trot to try and find. Question being, though, Max Terriel, we know he's one of the Wiley veterans on the iRacing.com service, and we know he's able to save more tires than use. Yes, that's right, I said it, saves more tires than he uses. At the end of the race, usually you're able to find some grip left on that number 42. Where he's able to save it, I don't know. He'll come to pit road, though, as so will. It looks like your race leader. So your race leader coming to pit road. There is Skelton. There is Max Terriel. James Heater will stay out and will also bring the number 31 to pit road. And a slew of other drivers will now enter pit road to make their first stop here of the evening. So that turns everything over to James Heater and Sean Skelton. Jason Wells has still stayed out here. There you see him in his 64. Richard Murdoch has yet to come to pit road, the Adventure in Pixels driver. Will he come to pit road this time by? Usually we see Murdoch try to roll the dice and Tonight, it looks like he's going to play it safe. He'll come down one lap after the race leaders, and that actually is going to bring just about everybody. That will be the entire field to pit road. And just call it 2 swipes, everybody has come to pit road. James Heater was your race leader, but this should be your race leader, as there's the battle. There is a battle off pit road. That is the 86 of James Skelton coming off pit road. We'll see if he can take over the race lead when it all cycles back through. Max Theriault is right there, and Theriault actually gains about, almost a full second there coming to pit road. He'll work to the outside of the 999 of Mark Jenkins. Jenkins does have some damage on that Pepsi-Cola entry. We don't know where it happened. We didn't see it on the track, but we can tell you there's a ton of damage on the 999 of Mark Jenkins out of Virginia. So it's unfortunate damage on that 999 there for Mark Jenkins early on here in this race. One of those Rookie of the Year candidates came in with high hopes this season to battle for that Rookie of the Year championship. Just taking a look at our points Rookie of the Year championship, Mark Jenkins is sitting 22nd in the single car championship for the driver's points. And that puts him, it looks like, 2nd overall in that category. Tim Williams, I believe, leads that Rookie of the Year class. See if he can hold on to that, or if Mark Jenkins and Rob Jenkins, who are 2nd and 3rd in that championship standing. Thomas Talent is 4th. Then it's Brandon Feeney and Bob Higgins. James Skelton does take back over the race lead, but look who's knocking on the back door. It's the battle for the race lead. That is the 42 of Max Theriault. Theriault, usually at this point in the season, already has picked up a win to lock himself into the points championship. Well, he has not. He has not clinched the ticket into the playoff round just yet. He is looking and he is hungry. He has multiple wins in the SK Modified Series this season, but he does not have a win on Monday night. Yes, the season is still young. We are only 3 races into the season, as this is round number 4 here at the Kentucky Speedway, and it is the first time we have the Xfinity cars on the Speedway. You can just tell how fast that the 42 is, as he has now run down the 86 of James Skelton. Michael Trevarthen has also closed the gap just a little bit. He was about 2 seconds back, almost 2.5 seconds back. Now he's just under a second. So your front 3 cars right now are sitting within 1 second of each other. Then it is James Heater. He has fallen back here to running 4th. 5th is going to be Sean Single, the back-to-back winner on Thursday night. And then it's Jason Wells sitting there in the 6th position. 7th is the driver out of Canada, the Air Canada, number 907, machine gun Tim Williams. Thomas Talent back here. He leads this group of cars. This is for about, looks like the 8th, 9th, 10th, and on back, all under a little bit of a blanket here. So Thomas Talent is 8th. Tim Combs, the driver out of Ohio, is sitting there in the 9th. And the South Carolina driver, Richard Murdoch, is sitting there in the 10th position. Just outside the top 10 is Chris Hammett and Eric Johnson. Biggest mover right now on the Speedway is the driver of the number 4, Jeffrey Souza. And the Souza Media Group, number 4. They put on a big event just this past weekend, virtually from the Thompson Speedway. It was a good event all around. A lot of real racing talent versus iRacing talent out there. So congratulations to Jeffrey and all those guys up there that put that event on. It was fun to watch over there on Extreme TV. Well, right now, the battle and where the television shot is right here with the top 3. 35 laps in the books, working lap number 36, closing in on the halfway point here tonight, just about 10 laps away, as Skelton has led all but 1 lap here so far tonight. Max Theriault has been stalking him, and Michael Trevarthen has been closing in on both of them. There you see as we ride passenger side here with Michael Trevarthen down into turn 1, you hear the throttle control by the driver. You see it right there, out in front of his windshield is your race leader. He would like to get there. Leaders come across the line, 37 laps officially completed. We have been green flag racing all night long here. And, well, while we're on a green flag run, what do you say, race fans? We do something we don't do very often anymore. We hit this button here and we turn it up just a little bit. sights, some beautiful sounds from around the Kentucky Speedway. You have not missed anything as we went turn 3, turning it up here tonight. It is still James Skelton out front. He has opened up his gap just a little bit. Full about a half-second gap now back to Max Theriault. Michael Trevarthen has started to fade a little bit. There you see the Metalhead Motorsports driver as it looks like here comes James Heater to the inside of him down in turn number 1. Just this time by will be the halfway point home here tonight. And race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the RV Custom Rig Scrambler Series here for Red Light Racing for round number 4. If it's your first time watching us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell, and hit the thumbs up. Get a notification anytime we go live to bring you some live racing action here via the iRacing.com platform. We welcome you to join us on Short Track Racing when we go Red Light Racing action with the Checker Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series on Thursday night. Catch all the Red Light Racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, though, it is the RB Custom Rigs. And race fans, you want to step behind the wheel of one of these iRacing.com machines like James Skelton? Well, you need to head on over to RB Custom Rigs and hit up Rick Bell and get yourself a custom rig. Whether you want to go from mild to wild, he can get it done. You need that 3090 in your life, he can get you that 3090 graphics card and get you out here on the track with some of the best racers on the iRacing.com platform. Head on over to RB Custom Rigs today and get your rig today as one car around. Caution flag is coming out. Caution flag gonna fly on the Speedway as it looks like. There is the Mickey Tax Service Lowe's Home Improvement number 15 of Dustin Gainey. He has gone around, and that is going to bring the first caution flag of the night out right before green flag pit cycle was about to start. Take a look back here on the replay tonight. Well, what happened here going down the straight? Oh, Rob Higgins. Something just happened to the number 40 of Rob Higgins. He went dead left in the middle of the straightaway. We're going to have to watch that back and see what happened with Rob Higgins and Dustin Gainey, because that is going to be a hard hit here. Let's see if we can go over top blimp camera. Watch the number 40. Oh, he hits the outside wall on the straightaway. Higgins hits the outside wall, bounces down right into Dustin Gainey as pit cycles were about to begin. It's going to bring out our caution flag here tonight. Let's see if we can go on board here. Right on board with Dustin Gainey. There you can see the Higgins Hill Racing entry to the outside, and Dustin Gainey with nowhere to go and hard impact into the inside wall. He'll have to take the tow back to pit road, and that will put him out of the race here tonight. So Gainey will now be out of the race. He will be scored 31st on our timing in scoring here. That is unfortunate for him, but everybody is down pit road as your race leader of James Skelton hits his pit stall. It'll be 4 tires and fuel here just over the halfway point. Not going to be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. There still will have to be at least one more pit stop tonight. Down and away for Max Terrell, down and away for James Skelton. Race off pit road. It'll be James Skelton, Max Terrell, James Heater, Michael Trevarthen, and then it looks like it's going to be Jason Wells. That's your top 5 off pit road. Skelton, Terrell, Heater, Trevarthen, and Wells coming off pit road. Looks like Mark Jenkins has pulled the 999s down pit road also and behind the wall, so the Virginia driver will be out of this one. James Skelton is still our race leader. Race fans, are you still looking for an iRacing rig? We just talked about it. Head on over to RB Custom Rigs right now. Get your rig and get out here next Monday night with the RB Custom Rigs Scrambler series for red light racing. Are you a red light fan and need to know where to go to catch all the red light racing information? Head on over to redlightracing.net today and follow your favorite racing series. Get registered. Get ready to go racing next season with the Red Light Racing Series here on Monday night, or there's still time to get into the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Division on Thursday nights. Race fans, let's go racing. Let's get it together. Head on over to RB Custom Rigs today. While we're here under this caution flag, we also got to thank some of our other sponsors. Of course, the Green Forest Tree Supply being our starting lineup, our grid sponsor. Well, it's also on one of our competitors' cars. We got to give them a huge shout out right there. You see the Green Forest Tree Supply entry for Joe Shrano. He may be buried back into the 13th position right now. But race fans, you need a tree. I know I need a tree. I have a walnut tree out here in my backyard. Unfortunately, it got struck by lightning last summer. It's still standing, but it has lost its luster. I'm going to be headed over to the Green Forest Tree Supply this coming spring, I can tell you that, because I'll need a new tree. When this one comes down, I'll need a new walnut tree, and I'll be headed to the Green Forest Tree Supply. Go there today, race fans, and get your walnut tree just like us. Another one of the drivers that help support the series here on Monday night and on Thursday night, it's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Driver out of Massachusetts. This is Bob Higgins. Race fans, support your local businesses. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply is located in Ayer, Massachusetts. Well, you need to head over there today. It's located on Park Street, 103 Park Street, exactly. The family-owned and operated Checkered Flag Auto Supply definitely has your needs for auto parts today. You just need that yellow tree air freshener? Well, they have those Villaroma air fresheners that you can put in your car also. Or if you need brakes, you need 4 discs and pads, well, they have it also. You need those brand new struts for that Ford Bronco that just came out that's popping up all over the country. They have the parts to keep the Ford Bronco on the track today. Head on over to the Checker Flag Auto Supply today. But now the field will assemble behind the iRacing.com pace car. 2x2, they will line them up. Just over halfway, 4 fresh tires, and we're going to bunch the field up here after the first caution flag of the evening. It'll be James Skelton, Max Terrell, James Heater, Michael Trevarthen, Jason Wells, Sean Single, Tim Williams, Richard Murdoch, Chris Hammett, Tim Combs, rounding out your top 10. What do you say, race fans, though? We see a lot of you out there in chat tonight. Thank you for coming out to support the Red Light Racing Series here for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. Who is your favorite? Who is going to win tonight? Will James Skelton still continue to dominate this one? He has clinched the most bonus points for leading the most laps. Or what about Max Terrell? Will he be able to take advantage here on this restart? He lost a heartbreaker on a restart on Thursday night. Will he be able to be the instead of the heartbreaky, will he be able to be the heartbreaker? We're about to find out. It'll be 52 laps in the books as we go back racing on lap number 53. Waiting on the old iRacing pace car, the Ford Mustang, to go down pit road. It's going to have to go to the Checker Flag Auto Supply to get some of those new lights installed on that machine. Coming into the restart zone. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again here at Kentucky. The horses are off to the races. Great start by the front two. Another great start by the 86 of Skelton, but a great start by Max Terrell. We have seen the outside lane work for a little bit as he'll get the run down the back straightaway. They will drag race it into turn 3. Nosing ahead with the Ford Mustang. It's going to be the 42 of Max Terrell. Someone going to loop it. Somebody up the track. It looks like that is Skelton. Skelton's trying to, that's not Skelton, my bad. That is Sean Single. Skelton to come back across the line. He'll complete another lap, but Sean Single is going to go for a cycle, and the cycle is straight backwards. Not good for the driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts. We'll see if we can get that queued up here in just a couple of seconds as somebody else is now looked to go around. That was Joshua Buckley. As more contact. Rob Higgins. Buckley going to make contact. Now it's going to be Brandon Feeney spinning down the back straightaway. The caution flag will come out. Caution flag number 2. That's a couple pinballs were going down the back straightaway. Caution flag number 2 going to come out here. But the question is still, as we know what brought this caution flag out coming out of turn 2. We'll watch that back in just a little bit. What happened, though, to Sean Single? See if we can find Sean Single here after that restart. Let's go straight back to the restart. I believe it was 1 lap after. If we can get our production crew to pull that. I believe they're telling us they do have it. See right here, Sean Single is already up the Speedway there. We have to rewind it back just a little bit farther. Sean Single was inside the top 10 at this time. Here we go. This should be it right here. Down the back straightaway. Watch that shell-powered Ford. Oh, contact from Tim Williams. Williams just to the inside of that number 11, and then Single's up the track, and everybody's going to kind of scoot around. And now watch this. Watch the Buckley machine. We're going to keep it right here because it's going to happen out of turn number 2. You see Sean Single falling through the field. He was 4 wide at times. Josh Buckley here in the drafttop.com, number 2. Oh, it looks like one of them, that's going to be Rob Jenkins, got a little loose there into the corner. And then Buckley got sideways when he comes back up onto the track. It forces him into 4 wide as Sean Single was right there. And Feeney, along with the Checker Flag Auto Supply of Rob Higgins, was also involved in that. See if we can go back. See if we can go to the blimp camera here. Go over top. Watch the closing right there. Sean Single is going to shoot the gap. The 40 tried to move up to allow the 2 some racing room down there. Watch it again. Slow it down. Look at the run that Sean Single had. Rob Higgins had no idea that Sean Single was coming. And then look at Feeney. Feeney in that 938 Liquid Molly entry. He's going to need one of those granny hip walkers by Buckley after this one. Hard contact there for Feeney. So that'll bring out the second caution flag here tonight. As you see, Brandon Feeney, he's still rolling out there. Sean Single has come to pit road with the number 11. Also, it looks like Rob Higgins has come to pit road. Joshua Buckley to pit road. So those drivers will take another set of tires and put them on their Xfinity cars here tonight. Closing in on just 40 laps to go here on Monday night to start the week off of racing. Scrambler Series style. Last week we were in the 1987 Winston Cup machines with the Thunderbird and the Chevy Monte Carlo. The week before that we had the Cup car, and to start the season we started in the Gander Outdoor truck. Well, now we're here for the first time in the Xfinity ride, and James Skelton has been able to show the way. Just taking a quick peek through it. It looks like right now, currently, the driver out of Holland, Ohio, driving the M&M's entry of Tim Combs. He has moved himself up 13 positions to find himself running P number 6 here. So that's a good jump up for him. Chris Hammond just behind him in the Winn-Dixie entry. He has moved himself up 10 spots. And when you think of the name Chris Hammond, when you're a red light follower, you think that, well, he's a short track racer. Well, he loves this short tracks. We talked about this last week. This season, jumping into the big cars, the big series that run at the 1.5 miles, 2 miles. We do visit some short tracks a little bit later on into the season. We're heading to Richmond. Bristol's on the schedule this season. Those are really the only 2 short tracks we will go to. Some people don't classify Richmond as a short track, but I'm going to say it is on the calendar for the SK Modified, so that means, well, it is a short track. We also will make one stop at the Nashville Fairgrounds when we whip out the 1987 cars again. And actually, looking at the schedule, we're not too far off of seeing those 1987 machines back out onto the Speedway, because they will come out again here on February the 8th when we head to the Talladega Super Speedway. It'll be the first time ever that these drivers have gotten those machines out onto a super speedway, so that's going to be a fun one. A couple drivers taking this opportunity to come to pit road. It looks like the Makers Mark number 64 will come to pit road. Also, the Mountain Dew Baja Blast of DJ Anderson, Rob Higgins, and Rob Jenkins. It's the Rob and Robs on to pit road. But they assemble into that side-by-side formation. You know what that means, race fans. Next time by, we're going to turn them loose once again. So it'll be James and James, the front 2 rows. Look who's sitting back there just in the 3rd row to the inside. It's old sneaky Murdoch up here. He's a sneaky little snake. He's worked his way up inside the top 10. He'll restart in the 5th position. Let's see if the old Flying Ace has something up his sleeve. Ryan O'Donnell has worked his way up to restart in the 11th spot, just outside the top 10. Wait on the iRacing.com pace car. It'll make its way to pit road. Second caution flag about to be in the books. 58 laps will be in the books here. 59 when we go back racing. Green flag is back out into the air. We're racing once again here for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing at the Kentucky Speedway. Green flag is up. One driver down to the apron. That is going to be the Brandon Feeney entry down on power with his Liquid Molly machine. So he stays to the bottom side as it looks like Trevarthen's getting freight trained as a great battle for the race. The lead down the back straightaway. Max Terriot going to power ahead. Will he chop the nose of the 86? He will not. He's just going to make him stay honest, pinch him down to the bottom. Now he's going to release as that's going to allow James Skelton to get a great run, but it'll be the drag race to the line. Who will win the battle to the line? It'll be James Skelton leading the first lap back to Green Flag Racing. Max Terriot, though, is going to stay there. He's going to make James work for everything he's got. Skelton has been able to hold the race lead here for quite a while. We've only had one other leader here tonight. And that leader was James Heater. Everybody up here inside the top 10, though, on the same tire cycle. Skelton still continuing to lead the race. And look who's running back here inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. Driver of the Dirty Mo Radio, number 33 of Eric Johnson. He has been chipping away at it all night long. We told you towards the end of the race he was going to start to come to the front, and here he is now inside the top 10 for the first time. One of them down below onto the apron. It's the Canadian Air, number 907. That's Tim Williams. He'll go down onto the apron here, the driver out of Ontario. He knows how to wheel it. That's his good buddy right to the outside. That is Don Coleman in the Swagger in entry. Looks like DJ Anderson back here is, he's there, he's gone, he's there, he's gone. There is the Hocus Pocus man. He's running way back here into the field. Skelton, though, able to hold off the charge there by Max Terriel as we look back, as we ride on board with your race leader. Nothing happening through the field as everybody has gone single file. Here's somebody we haven't talked about all night long. This is the Travis Minto entry. He's working his way around the number 4 of Souza. Not going to happen, though. Minto's going to lose the spot or give it right back to Souza. Souza will tuck in behind the 98, the Turbo Dork entry. It's a beautiful looking paint there. Ryan told me, he also showed me a video. Unfortunately, I didn't get the video. Maybe next week we can get the video from the Ryan O'Donnell camp and we can get it to all you race fans to bring it to you live. That Turbo Dork paint there, though, is the same colors that Ryan O'Donnell uses on his RC cars. If you're an RC fan out there, you need to definitely check out Turbo Dork paints. They have any kind of paint that can light up your world, your imagination. They can put it on an RC car with the color paints that they have in their resources, in their stock, and the inventory that they have. It is phenomenal. You need to head over to the Turbo Dorks paint today and check out what they have and tell them that you saw it right here on the car, driven by Ryan O'Donnell. As Ryan now looking like he's going to lose a spot here, though, as here comes the 4 of Souza. He'll work the inside of the Speedway. That's the preferred line. Ryan hasn't had a fast car, and especially since it's been into the outside wall, scraped up that beautiful Turbo Dork paint. So he'll lose a spot. He'll go back to running 12th. Did you think something changed in front of the field? Well, it didn't. Your top 3 are still the same. James Skelton, Max Terriel, James Heater, Michael Trevarthen. Those have been your 4 drivers that have been inside the top 4 all night long. The timing and scoring pretty much has only swapped Trevarthen and Heater and Terriel and Heater at one point. Otherwise, it has been the same. And with 25 laps to go here tonight at Kentucky, does anybody have anything left? At this point, you are now officially inside the window. Do you pit here and put on your final set of tires tonight? I believe a couple drivers like Sean Single, who came to pit road, along with Rob Jenkins, Jason Wells, DJ Anderson. Oh, one of them into the wall right there outside the camera shot. That was the Swagger in 97 of Don Coleman. He was up into the wall there as they were entering turn number 1. He'll lose a spot there. That will be Rob Jenkins now getting around him in the Grip TV entry. Rob Jenkins moving up to position 19. There you see Wells trying to get around also Don Coleman. Coleman still trying to get the bearing set back right after scraping the wall. That was some very hard contact for the driver on the 97. Yeah, the whole right side is pretty much tore up on that one. That one is not going to drive the same as it did before it hit the outside wall. Skelton still pacing the field here, 23 laps to go. One driver to pit road. Zach Mitchell will come down. He was trapped a couple laps down. So coming to pit road for the final time here tonight, and he'll hope that it goes green to the end. Well, we got to give a big shout out there to one of our viewers tuning in here tonight, Orlando Rivera, tuning in from Puerto Rico. Orlando, we hope the family is all doing well out there, and we hope you're doing well too during these trying times of the COVID-19 pandemic. Just like we wish all of our fans out there tonight that are tuning in, that we hope that not only themselves but their families are safe, and we can't wait to see everybody back in the summertime, hopefully when a lot of this starts to clear up and we get to go to the real racetrack. I can sure tell you I'm looking forward to hopefully going to the Bristol Dirt Race, not the NASCAR race. I'll be down there for the big block modifieds, and the 410 World of Outlaws will be there that week. As the sun peaks out here at Kentucky for the first time here tonight. You see the sun glistening off the cars. Good to see a little sun The turbo dork machine up into the outside wall again. Now it is really tore up on the outside. That dork is going to really put that paint job to work. Eric Johnson, Souza, both of them will come to pit road here tonight. Final time with 20 laps to go. They're going to make their final pit stop right here and see if they can make up any ground on your race leaders. There you see Travis Minto, brother to Brandon Minto, one of the, the Mintos are a mainstay here on the Red Light Racing Series. Travis Minto just moving up from the SK Modified Series to run into the Scrambler Series this season. And Brandon Minto on a little bit of a hiatus as he takes a break and moves from New Jersey down to Texas as he's part of the Air Force being restationed. More drivers to pit road, though. Here comes the body armor number 62 of Troutman. He'll bring down the, I believe he actually brought nobody with him, as there you see Eric Johnson coming out of pit road. He'll finish up his pit stop, and he'll now get back to the racing surface to try and run back down. That man right there, hot shoe tonight of James Skelton. 18 laps to go this time by as Tim Combs will come to pit road. As you see him there in his M&M's Chevrolet. So pit road is starting to pick up. Driver by driver here, lap by lap, are going to come to pit road. 18 to go. Skelton has opened up himself about a half-second gap over Max Terriel. I bet you as soon as James keys up or comes over the radio from his spotter that he's going to come to pit road, I believe that Max Terriel and James Heater will follow suit. They won't pit before, they won't pit after, they will pit with the driver of that 86. Michael Trevarthen putting a little pressure on the Z-line entry here. Rothrock, Coleman, and Rob Higgins all to pit road that time by here with 17 to go. Skelton's going to stay out here. It looks like Max will also stay out. All your race leaders, though, except for this group. Here comes the 31 of Trevarthen. Here comes the 01 of Murdoch. Here comes Chris Hammett also. The Winn-Dixie entry coming to pit road. Oh, that's going to draw a bunch of them down. Here comes Ryan O'Donnell, Tim Williams, Christopher Rothrock. Remember, he was just down pit road. Him and the Renaissance Nutrition 84 will come back out on the racetrack as see some smoke there trailing the number 51 of DJ Anderson. We also got to thank Renaissance Nutrition, 6th generation company out here. Also is our post-race show sponsor this season here with Red Light Racing. We got to thank Christopher Rothrock and all the guys over there at Renaissance Nutrition. I know they tune in weekly to the program here on Monday night, so we thank them for their continued support also. James Heater did come to pit road, but Max Terriel did not. Neither did James Skelton. Maybe they know something we don't know. They're playing the long run game, but it looks like here as he's off the pace, here comes James Skelton. He's going to come to pit road this time. Will he bring Max Terriel along with him? He does. Max Terriel's going to be hard on the binders here as they both lock him up coming to pit road, which is all right because they don't need those tires anymore. 14 to go and a new race leader here for only the third time tonight. Joe Strano will take the Green Forest Resupply entry to the top of the boards. Just 14 laps to go. Will Joe Strano be able to hold on, though? I believe he pitted on lap number 49, so 49, and yeah, he's just going to be short on fuel here. He might have enough to go to about lap number 9, but we'll see when he decides to come to pit road. Is he going to play the long run game along with Travis Minto? Tony Strano also right there in the Victory Junction number 3. He stays out. Wells also staying out in the Maker's Mark entry. DJ Anderson also has stayed out. So 5 drivers have yet to come to pit road. These 5 drivers were all about the 10th position on back. Joe Strano staying out, 13 laps to go. Only 6 cars on the lead lap as Eric Johnson bypasses the number 42. Looks like a pretty slow stop for the Flowertown Animal Hospital there for James Skelton. He loses 1, 2, 3. It looks like about 4 positions. Travis Minto to pit road. But now James Skelton back here. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it. So Eric Johnson leapfrogs because of the pit cycle from running back into the 7th position. He finds himself 6th right now with a handful of drivers in front of him yet to come to pit road. Joe Strano will come through this trap, and it will be just 11 laps to go. Eric Johnson and Max Terriel are racing for right now what would be the lucky dog position as, Johnson going to go up the track. That's going to get Max down on the inside. Max is going to hit the apron. He's going to slide the 42 out of turn number 2, as there's the 43 of Joe Strano. That is your race leader. Strano holds the bottom of the speedway as these two are trying to get right on by. Souza also right there. Virtual of pitting early. He has now moved up here into the battle for the race lead, which would be after everybody cycles back through. Joe Strano will come to pit road. Here's Tony Strano will also follow in tow. So the Strano brothers will come to pit road. That will turn things over to what looks like DJ Anderson and Jason Wells for the time being. Remember, they pitted back on lap number 57, and right now DJ Anderson is being shown as our race leader. Eric Johnson, though, does get back onto the lead lap, and there you see the 42 of Max Terriel. He's trying to get right up underneath that 33, and he will. He'll work to the inside of the speedway out of turn number 4. He'll come across the stripe. He'll get 10 laps to go. The double high five that time from the flagman. Just 10 laps of racing. Well, right now they sit about 22 seconds, almost 20, about 22 seconds behind your race leader of DJ Anderson. Tim Combs getting passed up there. It looks like that is Michael Trevarthen, who works the inside of the speedway with the 86 of Skelton. And right there's the 18 of James Heater also. Second place, Wells right there. And now officially Max Terriel did get around Eric Johnson, and he has set sail. 8 laps to go. Max Terriel finds himself in the spot that he needs to, because Anderson and Wells will have to come to pit road yet. They are giving up a lot of time. Wells is lifting. He is trying to not use that much fuel. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. Right now, he has 19 seconds over Max Terriel with 8 laps to go, and you can tell that car is shut off going into the corner. Let's ride on board here with Wells and listen. That is not flat to the floor, race fans, I can tell you. He is probably calling about 85% throttle right now. You hear him shut it off. 0 RPMs as he enters turn 1. Hear him pick it back up. Maybe about 65, 70% throttle here as he comes through the corner. Wells is trying to save in his maker, Mark Chevrolet. Shuts it off going into 3 and 4. That car is off. You can hear it. Trying to save fuel. There is Max Terriel with 6 laps to go. He is about a half a track behind Wells as they sit. DJ Anderson right there. He'll be looking off turn number 2. He's got the number 11 of Sean Single right behind him. Sean Single has the newer tires, but a lot of damage on that Ford Mustang. Right now he's trying to just sit there in tow. Sean Single is buried back into the 21st position. He pitted back on lap 76, so he has enough fuel to go the rest of the way. Does DJ Anderson, though, is going to be the question that everybody keeps watching. He's also shutting the car off in that Mountain Dew Baja Blast number 51. 5 laps to go this time. Will he be able to make it? This will be the longest we've seen anybody run if DJ Anderson can come back around here. Will Wells be able to do it either? Terriel is coming, though. That time by, he shaves, about 4 seconds off that time by. 14 seconds separates Terriel and the race lead. Skelton will work back around James Heater there, as actually that was Heater that showed up on the timing and scoring going around Michael Trevarthen. So Skelton trying to work his way back to Max Terriel, but it's about a half a straightaway behind. Will there be enough time to catch back up? And there's your race leader. DJ Anderson, he has 1 win this season. He picked up the season opener in the Mechanic Advisor 130 at the Michigan International Speedway. As you see him still having connection issues. Jason Wells, so far this season, has not been the season that he would like to have. He comes in 10th in the championship standings after a very disappointing race last week at the Darlington Raceway, where he finished 29th 9th. He did finish 3rd at Iowa, but then it was 15th at Michigan. So it's been a rough season so far to hoe for the driver of the number 64. Seeing if he can finish on the podium. He shuts it off again down here in the 3. DJ Anderson coming out of turn 4. It looks like he will stay out to try and make another lap. It'll be 2 laps to go being displayed this time by. As it looks like he is really shutting it off at this point. He is trying to save everything he can. Pretty much on coast mode here for your front 2 runners. 2 laps to go. 3 miles of racing left here tonight. Where will the chips fall for DJ Anderson? Jason Wells. I keep saying it. I don't know if they have enough, but they are going to give it a shot as coming out of turn 4 to get the white flag here tonight. Presented by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It's the final lap here at Kentucky. It's the final lap. He has about a 4-second lead over Wells right now, does DJ Anderson. And Anderson has about a 2-second gap back to Max Terriel. He is not able to run the inside of the racetrack as he's trying to save as much fuel as he can. You would think he wants to run the bottom of the track, but with him running out of fuel, he has to stay out of the way of the, I want to say the leaders, but he is one of the leaders. DJ Anderson, here comes Max Terriel, and he will pick off the 64 of Wells. Wells now at this point can hammer back down all the way to the start-finish line, but it will be DJ Anderson. He's out of gas. DJ's out of gas. It'll be Max Terriel down to turn number 4. Max Terriel will win. Wells will finish 2nd. Skelton will come home 3rd. James Heater is going to be 4th, and DJ Anderson is going to run out of fuel coming out of turn number 4. He'll finish 5th here tonight. Heartbreaker for DJ Anderson. He tried everything he could. The strategy almost paid off. Only 400 yards short for DJ Anderson. Michael Trevarthen is 6th. It's going to be Chris Hammett 7th. Richard Murdoch in 8th. And Tim Combs in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 to be the driver of the number 62 of Troutman. He will finish 10th tonight. Take a look at the unofficial results on the left-hand side of your screen, race fans. Find out where your driver finished tonight as the MK Medic, number 42 of Max Terriel, will go to victory lane for the first time this season. I'm sure he will be burning it down for all you race fans here tonight, as he'll go down here like he always does into turn number 1, and then he'll turn around the number 42, allowing everybody to finish and cross the start-finish line. And as he gets that 42 turned around, we're going to head quiet for just a moment as he'll celebrate, and we'll be back here with your Renaissance Nutrition post-race show for the RB Custom Rigs Scrambler Series.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Kentucky Motor Speedway here tonight, round number 4 for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. It's the first time we had the Xfinity cars onto the racetrack, and boy did it put on one heck of a show. Came down to two drivers trying some fuel strategy to get themselves into victory lane for the first time. Well, one for the first time, one for his second win of the season, as that was DJ Anderson, who led the final lap but did not get back to the checkered flag before Max Terriot did. DJ Anderson runs out of fuel on turn number 4 and has to coast it back to a 5th place finish. That leaves it in the hands of the 42 of Max Terriot, as he is standing by trackside here tonight as your race winner. Max, you're able to pull it off here tonight. It didn't look like it was going to be a win coming to the white flag, but coming out of turn 4, the floodgates opened up. You got 2 for 1 out of turn number 4.
Yeah, I saw Jason from turn 2 slowing down, and I didn't see DJ even. I never even saw him. I just watched on my outside not to run up to Jason, and if he had a run off of 4, and I mean, I must have passed DJ. He was probably low. I didn't even notice him. When I crossed the finish line, I thought I was second, but it was just the right timing on the pit stop to stay in front of James, and just the right timing to get enough speed to edge out the guys who saved fuel. So yeah, it came down to strategy.
Yeah, tell us about that, though. Those guys were staying out. They were on a different strategy completely than you. They weren't coming down. You were really racing the 86 of James Skelton all night long. What happened on that final pit stop that propelled you way out in front of him?
I just went with 2 tires. The run before, when we pitted, we had about 10-15 laps on it, and the left sides looked good, so I figured for the last 15 laps I'd have a good amount of wear on the left side to keep a good distance from James if he took 4, and he did, so it worked out for me in the end.
Well, it works out for you here tonight, so congratulations on winning. I know you had a heartbreaker on Thursday night, but tonight it's got to feel pretty good, as you will officially punch your ticket to go post-season championship racing. That's got to feel good with the stacked field. The field, Max, seems like it gets stronger and stronger every year, and these wins seem to get harder and harder.
That is so true. I mean, you see it from the start of the season. We have 4 different winners in 4 races, and you could name 5 to 10 other guys that have a shot every week at winning. So I mean, you got to take them when you can, because sometimes they go far in between.
Well, tonight you win, Max. You lock yourself in. Who makes it all possible behind the scenes, though, with this super fast Ford Mustang here tonight?
Yeah, as usual, my girlfriend, my friend Max at Mexican Knitting, and my dad. They love the broadcast that you put on, Roger. So, I mean, top-notch work from the guys at turn 3. A good race to James Skelton. He was the guy to beat tonight. He really had figured 3 and 4. I didn't get the good rotation of the car in the middle of 3 and 4 as much as he did, so he always had a run on the exits. James Heater was really close behind, and I mean, for the points, it's a good second place finish for Jason. And well, DJ, just a little mishap, like he said post-race, that probably robbed him of a couple of tenths of a gallon. So, and shout out to everyone. I mean, we went half of the race green flag racing, so I think that was a success for everyone.
Well, there you heard it from the driver out of Canada, driving the number 42 here tonight. Max Terriot will put himself into victory lane for the first time this season on Monday night. He punches his card. He'll be now racing for a championship. Congratulations to Max Terriot and the whole crew up there. Coming home in second, though, it's the man we talked about him earlier. It has not been the season that he has wanted, but another great run here. I guess 2 for 4 ain't bad here. Jason, you find yourself on the podium, but tell us about those final few laps. It had to be knee shaking. Palms must have been sweaty.
But didn't seem to work out. DJ really surprised me. I thought he saved way more fuel than I did at the beginning of the run, so I thought he was going to have the win easy. And when I saw him creeping off turn 4, I thought, man, I might actually have a shot at this.
Yeah, how big were your eyes coming off of turn number 4? You were being pressured, though, by the 42 of Max Theriault. He knew he had enough fuel. You knew he had enough fuel. Did you think you had enough fuel, though, to go flat to the floor with the 64 to try to get to the start-finish line first?
My fuel gauge said that I had 4/10 of a lap left, so I nailed it right when Max got to me. But as soon as I hit the gas, all the fuel went out. It burped, and Max got right by me. And got real lucky. James, I didn't even see him, but he got right up on me coming to the start-finish line, so it would have been real close for him to finish second.
Well, you started the last lap in second, and you finished second, so you really got to think about it after the season that you have been having so far here. You do come into the points championship here in round number 4 in the 10th position. Last time we talked to you, it was back at Iowa when you were able to rally and finish on the podium there. But your other 2 finishes this season, 29th and a 15th place finish, it's really a roller coaster so far this season.
Yeah, I tapped the wall at Michigan, first race of the season, and kind of killed my momentum there. And then I had a good run at Iowa, then a bad run at Darlington, a good run tonight. So I guess I'm looking at a bad race next week.
Well, talking about next week, you brought it up already. Auto Club Speedway, we hop into the NASCAR Cup cars. How do you feel headed to that? It's going to be like a super speedway out there in sunny California.
With the old style of racing, I'd be really, anxious to get there, but I'm not. I hate all this on throttle time that the new Cup cars run. It's like running a super speedway, and I hate doing that. But I don't know. I'll do some practice and see how we turn out.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Jason. Though we're going to hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank as a brand new sponsor on this car? I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I put Maker's Mark. It's my favorite bourbon. Here we're racing at Kentucky, and it's where the distillery is for Maker's Mark. So I thought I'd put that on there tonight. And I don't know, got a good run for him tonight.
Well, there you hear it from the man who finishes second tonight. Played the fuel strategy perfect, and he'll walk away with a podium finish. Jason Wells, ladies and gentlemen, finishes in the second position. Moving up 10 spots here tonight, or 7 spots here tonight. Started it just inside that top 10. Rounding out our podium finishers, though, it is going to be James Skelton. James, this has got to be the hardest third-place finish you've ever had to work for, and maybe the most disappointing one. Tell us about that final pit stop here tonight.
Yeah, I guess I probably sound like Tony Stewart and all the other guys and Kyle Busch when they get a really good finish and they sound like a jerk because they're not appreciative of their finish. I guess that's what I feel like. I've never led so many laps in a race, and to come home third. At least I got a podium. At least I'm talking to you. But going back to that pit stop, DJ yesterday in practice, he took 2 tires while we were practicing and said it was awful. So I didn't even think about it. I just thought the car would be too loose on the first few laps. That's what DJ said yesterday. So I thought I was going to run Max down, and then I had Heater battling with me, and then I had to pass some cars, and then I just got tight trying to pass or get to Max. So well-deserved, good strategy call by him. It's just, man, this one stinks.
Yeah, it's gotta hurt. But, when you really sit down and think about it, a podium finish is great. It's going to help you in the regular season point standings. And also, there's a green line next to your name. It's highlighted in green. That means you're already locked in. So you didn't need the win here tonight. I know you really want to go trophy hunting, but a good solid night is really going to help you. Did you think you were even going to be on the podium after that final pit stop, though, looking out in front of you? All the cars that did come out, it looked like Trevarthen was out there. I believe Souza, Johnson, Wells was out there still circling the speedway.
Honestly, I never even looked at my relative. I thought I was running in second the whole time. I was just trying to chase Max down. DJ's a teammate of mine, and he was quiet, so I didn't even think about him. I was just focusing on trying to catch Max. So when I came out of 4 and I saw DJ really slow, I was like, oh, okay. And then I finally pulled my relative up, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's Wells in front of me. So I thought I was going to get him.
Just ran out of time, my friend. Running out of time and a third-place finish here tonight. Your season has been a great season so far, not just over on Thursday nights. Has your Thursday night momentum really carried over here onto the Monday night side of things?
Yeah, I mean, they're 2 different styles of racing, so I wouldn't say, too much. I just, for whatever reason, this season's been good. I've put a real big emphasis on qualifying well. It's usually a struggle of mine. I'm usually decent on the long run, but just qualifying, first, second, third, and then just managing my stuff is really helping me on the long run throughout these races.
Well, you finish on the podium here tonight. James, who do you got to thank for bringing this Toyota onto the podium once again?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to always my teammates, Josh, Sean, he's out of town, and then DJ, you, Roger, for putting on the broadcast. I'll definitely check it out tonight. Just the competitors too. It was a really good race to only have 2 cautions with how loose the car is. The first, lap of 2. Give a shout out to Max. It's a well-deserved win. He played a great strategy. Good finish for Jason, and that's about it.
There you heard it from your podium finishers tonight in your Renaissance Nutrition post-race show. You heard from your winner of Max Terriot. You heard from the man who rolled the dice and went gambling tonight of Jason Wells. He'll bring the Maker's Mark Bourbon machine home in the 2nd position. James Skelton rounds out the podium finishers. What a night it was, though, for a lot of these drivers here at the Kentucky Speedway. Take a quick look here at our race rundown. These are your results brought to us by the Green Forest Tree Supply. Where did your favorite driver finish in this board? Race fans, it's been a crazy one. 4 weeks are in the books here with Red Light Racing, and there are 4 different winners. DJ Anderson won back at the Michigan International Speedway. Then it was James Skelton going to victory lane at Iowa. Before James Heater went throwback racing at Darlington and danced with the Lady in Black, and he was able to pick up the win there. Now we're in the Bluegrass State here at Kentucky, and Max Terriot from north of the border is able to come down and steal some of that whiskey, the bourbon that they are distilled down here, and he will now lock himself into a championship berth. He will go racing to try and steal a championship from some of the toughest competitors on this series. That is coming up in the, well, not so off future, just March 15th when we go championship racing. But first, we got to go through a couple other events. We will head to Auto Club Speedway just next week before we head to Talladega in February the 8th. February the 15th, just after Valentine's Day, we will head to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which one of these guys will be headed to the chapel there before we head to California again. We head to the Sonoma Raceway. We have not seen that one on the schedule in a very long time. That's going to be a long, grueling one for a lot of these drivers. Atlanta Motor Speedway is coming up on March 1st, and then March 8th is the final round before we go playoff racing. Race fans, it's been a great one here tonight with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. We got to thank you all for tuning in. What do you say on their closing thoughts here tonight before we see you all at the races soon? Let's go back and relive the final lap here tonight at Kentucky.